looking at behind-the-scenes footage from the Candy Crucible, a horror film from local filmmaker Micah Deacon. The film will be premiering on July 22nd for the 23rd annual St. Louis Filmmakers Showcase. And here to share more ahead of the premiere is Micah herself. Micah, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, first and foremost, congratulations. How exciting having this premiere coming up. What would you say is the inspiration behind the Candy Crucible?
So whenever I was a freshman in college, I saw Meet Me in St. Louis for the first time.
Yes.
And there's this little scene in Meet Me in St. Louis where all the kids around Halloween are like throwing things to a bonfire wearing like homemade Halloween costumes and paper mache masks. And I was like, okay, I want to make something just like this, but I want to expand on it, and I want to create like its own like kind of story to go along with it. So the Candy Crucible, what I basically did was I took inspiration from that visually. I also took in some inspiration from like Children of the Corn and the Crucible, and I kind of just mixed it all together and got the Candy Crucible.
Okay, and you see it a little bit just in that behind-the-scenes footage, right? It gives you a little chills, a little bit of eeriness. So why don't you talk us through the process of costuming and filming and what that looks like?
So the costuming, some of the masks we bought, but a lot of them were actually made by ourselves. Like we made paper mache masks. One of my favorite ones in the film was this giant pumpkin head that was made with a garbage bag stuffed with like newspaper, and you just make paper mache out of it. For the costumes themselves, we like hit up all the local thrift stores. I really wanted to go for a look that was, you couldn't really tell what the year was, but it was definitely not modern day.
Okay.
So the costumes look kind of like handcrafted, like homemade costumes, and yeah, it kind of just helped kind of give that like authentic, like creepy feel, I feel like.
And just so to reiterate, so this is a horror film, right? And it's centered around children and kind of them taking down an urban Halloween legend. So what would you say it was like working with children, a cast of young people?
Oh, they're great.
Yes.
They were amazing. I mean, you never really know what you're going to get when you work with children, and there were a lot of children on this set. But they were there to work. Like they were with it, and honestly, like they didn't even just act out their roles. They really brought these characters to life, and I love working with them.
Oh, well, that is absolutely wonderful. And then, of course, there's a lot of sort of effects that go into this too. Any sneak peeks that you could share, things for people to look out for?
Yeah, so there's a lot of fire in the film, but again, we were working with kids, so we couldn't really have a lot of real fire. We had a very small bonfire, but all the effects of like the torch and everything, that was all put in after we were filming, so it was very safe for them. Okay, so cool. I had a really great VFX artist. His name is Jake D'Annunzio, and he did all of like the fire effects after and during post-production.
Okay, wonderful. Well, again, so it's going to be premiering Saturday, July 22nd at 9 p.m. The Candy Crucible at Hi Pointe. You're not going to want to miss it. Go ahead and take a look at your screen here. And it's part of the St. Louis Filmmakers Showcase, a great way to support those local filmmakers here in the community who are making some incredible films and storytelling. So thank you so much, Micah, for joining us today and sharing a little bit behind the scenes look of the Candy Crucible.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we'll be right back.